I'm sorry, JB. Can you please repeat that statement? I'm not sure I heard you correctly.
Susan, don't laugh at me. I'm sick. It's been all over the news, Susan. People are going to rehab for sexual addiction. It even says in the Bible that if a woman...
Don't read into all that celebrity nonsense, JB. And stop spewing your Bible of convenience to me. You are not sick. You're just a plain old dirty adulterer. So let me go before my own sickness, one called being sick and tired of your whoring, cheating behind, causes me to do something to put you in the hospital. And I promise you will really be sick. Oh, and by the way, no prenup, baby. I'm taking you for everything you got. You see, my new man, he isn't as affluent as you. So I'm gonna have to take your money and spend it all on him.
What is it this time, old man?
The silver matter, Crown. Your uncontrolled lust have placed our entire efforts in jeopardy.
Again, my apologies. As I said before, I didn't know she was his wife at our last meeting. I never involved myself with a woman who was even dating another man during our association. While I know I may concede enemies, it is not a practice of mine to do so over a perfectly free commodity such as women. Even as a child, I've always known that the lips of a strange woman can cause destruction. That's Proverbs 6, what is that, verse 16 through 19. Ever heard of that, old man?
Question is, what are we going to do about this predicament?
Oh, indeed, Tom. I do think it's important for our colleagues and our business partners to understand Crown's and my own ethics, so to speak. We do not have a lying tongue.
Anastasia! Anastasia! No.
Nor do we have hearts that devise wicked imaginations, nor feet that are swift in running to mischief.
And we are not false witnesses to speak lies.
Yes, I know. You do not cover thy neighbor's wife, and you honor thy mother and thy father. Yada, yada, yada. The fact is, Crown, you made love to my wife.
And you all have proud looks. You certainly have shed innocent blood. You tried to shed mine!
Innocent, Tony? Are you sure that innocent is an attribute you want to claim right now? You know what? Enough. How do we resolve this?
Simple. Since we've all become scripture-quoting gangsters, remember Proverbs 6:26. For by means of a whorish woman the man shall be led to a piece of bread, and the adulteress shall be left to hunt for the precious life.
Vidal, call off your rabid dog before I kill him myself.
I'll kill you, your whore, and the bastard she's carrying.
Are you pregnant?
Yes, it's your child, Crown. You told me what was required of your women when I met you. I haven't been with anyone since. I know I've deceived you, but please don't let them kill me! Don't let them kill your child!
Is this the reason for the towards me. Look at me. I can have any woman I want. And you shun me to be faithful to my enemy? Take her.
I already have. David? She now falls under my protection, and I forbid you, Silver, to do her any injury. But for the record, I have always sought to protect myself against pregnancies, STDs, and HIV. Now, I don't know how this pregnancy occurred, unless this is just more of Celine's deceit.
Crown, listen. Everything is working as planned. The banking system has finally revealed itself to be the outdated, weak, fragile thing that it is. Now, we can't allow this situation here destroy our partnership. Or can we?
Get her out of here now or I'll kill her myself.
David, take her out.
And as for you, Crown, do a thorough background check before you get involved again next time.
Careful, old man. I only give respect as far as I receive it. Again, Vidal, my apologies.
Matt!
Chief, no disrespect, but get the hell out of my way. This is my mom's house. My mom's life that was threatened.
She's your stepmother, Matt.
This is not the time to play semantics with me, Carol. Don't go there. Don't! This woman married my dad when I was 10 years old. She raised me, she loved me, she nurtured me. It was she who stood by me when you wouldn't or couldn't. Janelle Mitchell is my mother, okay? She's my mother, got that?
Calm down, Matt. Your mom's okay.
What the hell do you mean my mom's okay? She walked in here and found a fully embalmed 55-year-old woman in her house who died of cancer and whose body was stolen the day before she was to be buried. Someone put that body in my mother's house. You claim that she's all right? Huh? Would your mom be all right?
Matt! Control yourself. I'm taking you off this case.
If you dare take me off this case, I will turn in my badge and gun and solve it myself by making a citizen's arrest.
Baby, I'm all right. Don't be hasty, Matt. You don't want to give up your career. I'm fine, baby. I'm fine. We will solve this case, Detective.
And I will prosecute to the fullest extent of the law this bully who thinks he can intimidate women. Things like this don't happen on my watch without a price being paid.
Get thee behind me. Get thee behind me. Grace is gonna owe me big time for covering for her. She is just lucky that I love the Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus, that I'm doing this.
Smalls here.
Good morning, Deacon.
Good morning, Exotica. How's it going?
It's going good. I just want to call and give you a quick call to tell you thank you for giving me that song. I love it a lot. And oh, oops, my story's about to come on, but I also want to thank you for turning me on to that one soap, Gone with the Sin. I love it. I'll call you back.
You won't miss it. It's on the internet. You can access it anytime on that website.
Oh, I know. Gospelplays.tv. Yes, but I only like to watch it when it's streamed. I like to know everything before Trudy and Grace does. You know me. I never like to hear anything secondhand. Okay, I'll call you back.
Morning, Sister Exotica. Good morning, Sister Exotica. Is it just me, or does my wife deliberately surround me with rude and honoring women just to test my patience?
You ain't no doctor, Pastor. You don't have any patience. You so funny. Didn't mean to be rude, though, but a wise man should know to never come between a girl and her soaps.
Pastor Royale? Yes, I need your counsel. When? I'll be right there.
Last night, the body of known mobster Leo Futicelli was found in a wooded area in the foothills outside the city. The killing is rumored to be associated with the shooting of the wife of international businessman and noted crime lord Vidal Mano and his unlikely co-conspirator, local crime czar Crown Royale. In other news, the International Monetary Fund members are meeting with the president and the heads of several other nations. The topic of discussion? The escalating monetary crisis that is threatening to topple the U.S. monetary system as well as other countries. I'm Janelle Mitchell for Channel 3 News. Back to you in the studio.
As investors in your new film, Max, Vidal and I need regular updates. We don't take kindly to losing money on our investments.
Everything's on track. But Vidal, since you took $2 million of my wife's money and didn't close the contract, can't we just deduct that from the debt I owe?
No. No, I won't do that. You see, the business I have with you has little to do with the affair I have with your wife.
What do you mean, affair with my wife?
Shall we dispose of our borrower? I don't take kindly to his attitude.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All filmmakers go to heaven, especially the one-hit wonders.
Hold it right there! It's far enough! State your business and get out of here.
We're here to see your boss.
We work for Louis Futicelli, the guy you guys killed!
We didn't kill your boss, but we'll kill you for trespassing. Now it's time for you to get out of here and leave.
What? You want me to leave you, a big guy with that gun?
Get out of here right
You don't
now.
scare me, pretty boy.
Let's go!
All right, we're coming back.
You're dead, old man! You're dead! Your days are numbered!
Come back and bring Tiny with you next time. Yeah, all right, Tiny. Goodbye.
And that's one rule that I tried to live by, that you taught us. Never produce any children by any woman other than your wife.
Just one rule. You seem to be having a little trouble following that one rule. Point in case, Crown Jr.
No, wait a minute. That's one of the reasons I despise Claudine. No, wait. I used a condom, but she tampered with it. She thought, by having a child, it would settle me down.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to teach both of you is not to have sex with women who are not your wife, period.
Yeah, you did, Dad, but that rule's a little hard to follow sometimes.
And not if you've got a wife, it isn't, which you have, and should be trying to hold on to. But we'll talk about that at another time. In your situation, you can't allow him to kill her, and you don't have a right to ask for an abortion.
Look, I'm telling you, she trapped me. And I'm not thoroughly convinced it's mine. But it doesn't matter at this point. I suppose I should kill Silver.
Whoa, wait a minute, what you don't kill Silver? You can't kill Silver. You can't kill anybody.
What do you mean? I've never killed anyone that didn't thoroughly deserve it.
I don't even believe I'm hearing this. That's how you justify it to yourself. They deserve it. Oh, no, excuse me. They thoroughly deserve it. You know what? You both need prayer. You should both come to Bible study, find out what the Lord wants to do with your life, and then...
Wait, what is that? That's it? That's your answer? I mean, pray on it and then what, go to Bible classes? I mean, why do I even bother?
Can we not talk about killing people in front of your legal counsel?
Look, all right, just never mind. About that other situation I asked you to look into.
Look, I'm still working on it. I got some leads. When I find out and identify who's been sending you those letters, be it he or she will die, deservedly so.
Okay, Crown, we gotta go. Vidal wants to meet with us and he says it's important.
All right, Father, we'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
Well, look what we got here. Good morning, Detective.
Good morning.
How may I be of your assistance?
Well, we got a call about a disturbance. Do you know anything about it?
If you don't mind, Suture, I'll take this. I know more about this case than you do.
Yeah, go ahead and handle it, Detective.
Hey, how you doing, my friend? It's been a long time since you paid me a visit, huh? Anyway, come on in, come on.
Nice place you have here. How do you afford it?
Well, if you play your cards right, anyone can afford such a comparable abode.
Playing your cards right? You mean being on the take? We don't have mansions and a fleet of cars because we live our life honestly. And we like it that way. Are you the one who did Futicelli? Oh, don't look so perplexed.
I believe you're confused as to the latter comment. Have you been watching old Night of the Living Dead reruns? And as to your prior statement, are you one that believes wealth can only be acquired dishonestly? Are you suggesting that Bill Gates doesn't make his living honestly? Or are you insinuating that Donald Trump's a gangster, king of thuds? What about the millions of businessmen who provide jobs for more than 150 million Americans, or those on the Forbes 500 list? Are they, by implication, all dishonest?
Look, I know and you know that you and your son are criminals and gangsters.
Is that so? Quite frankly, Detective, I find that statement a bit condescending, don't you think? We don't deal drugs, prostitution, nor do we deal in stolen goods of any kind. So please, stick to the facts and give us a little bit more of that last statement, yeah?
Do you make accusations against people of great wealth as a general principle? Money's not hard to make, you know. Depends on the profession one chooses, and intellect comes in there somewhere.
Look, you be careful. When I want to hear you speak, I'll say bark. Now, I'm well aware that you don't commit the obvious crimes. You're the new millennium gangsters, slick, smooth, calculating, and high-tech, with crimes that don't even make a dent in the written laws of this country. But enjoy it while you can, because the law will catch up to technology.
But, Detective O'Neill, our financial records are publicly accessible. We pay our taxes. We tied 10% to various social causes. We operate our businesses. We raise our families. You're welcome always to review all that. But let's get back to the business at hand so we can wrap this up. I got a meeting to attend, so if you boys want to continue to stake us out, there's no reason why we should both be late.
What do you know about the murder of Leo Futicelli?
Leo's dead? Leo Futicelli's dead? When?
Let's give this man an Oscar. That's exactly what I want you to tell me. Word on the street is that you did it or had it done to retaliate for the injuries to your wife.
Well, I suggest you double-check your so-called word on the street sources. My wife wasn't injured. My wife's personal assistant, who happened to be driving my wife's vehicle that day, was killed in a car bombing. But I do encourage you to inspect all theories, Detective. So, the duties of my business call, but you're welcome to stay as long as you like. May I also present to you my beautiful wife, Ava.
Detective, you're welcome to stay for breakfast.
Thank you, ma'am. Maybe another time. I gotta go.
Where were you when I didn't know what to do? You were out there making me blue. from here. Enjoy the warmth of the sand. Maybe then I'll lose my fear. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I'm so confused. What should I do with my life? I must go now, so please excuse. 'Cause loving you just won't suffice. No, it won't. No, it won't. Something's missing. I just don't know what it is. I'm getting tired of your kissing. Life with you has lost its fears. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Baby. Oh, baby.
I still can't believe Leo's gone. I'm with him 1 minute and bang, gone, just like that.
You know the Italians think you and I killed him. Someone is trying to sabotage our carefully constructed cartel.
Is that right? Maybe we can,
Hey, baby, come here. Mujer, I say come here. You thought I forgot about you, didn't you?
Well, you never called. How many women have you made love to since we were together that night?
No more than 100, I swear. But I thought about you every time I kiss each one.
Jose,
What is it?
it's time to roll, man.
I gotta go. But I'll call you tonight, yeah?
I'll bet. You don't even remember my number.
I never forget a number, ever.
Come on, man.
Moron, I told you not to move the car. I don't care anything about a ticket. Yeah, well, towing's another story. Just bring the darn cars around.
Hey, watch your mouth. This is not the image Crown wants us to have. We're businessmen now, not street thugs.
I don't work for Crown. Ain't nobody afraid of Crown. I'm tired of everybody acting like Crown is some kind of a god or something. What is Crown anyway? A woman-stealing thug. Businessman? Right.
We work for Vidal. Vidal's been running things since Crown was in high tops and still playing with his video games.
Oh, shut up, you weasel. We work for Vidal. Only because Crown saw it fit for you to live, yeah? And be careful what you say. Crown has the ESP. That's why the FBI can't touch him. They say that when he wants to, he can tell you what you're thinking.
Yep. They say. Who is freaking they? And why do you listen to that? Forget that. Silver and I work for Vidal. Period. So does Tony.
Pastor, your next appointment will be here in a few minutes. I'm going to the kitchen and pick up lunch.
My last appointment for the morning, right?
Yes, sir. Get the same as usual?
Hey, same as usual.
All right. Be right back, Pastor.
Hey, thanks, Deacon.
All right. Oh, God bless you, brother.
Drakes.
That's right, Brother Drakes. I'll let the pastor know you're here. Pastor, Brother Drakes is here to see you.
Great, send him in.
Pastor will see you now, Brother Drakes. And you have a blessed day.
Thanks, Deacon. Plan to do just that. Pastor?
Brother Drakes, come on in. Have a seat. Now, what can I do for you?
Oh, I think we have some unfinished business to attend to.
I don't understand what you mean.
Oh, I think you do. Between you and me.
Brother Drakes, I'm at a loss. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You mean you're just gonna sit there and lie to me and pretend you had nothing to do with my son's death?
If I remember correctly, your son died of leukemia.
You don't have to tell me how my son died. I know how he died. He died in my arms. Your helpful prayers did nothing for him.
But God's prayers can work many ways. I mean, he can heal instantly, or he can lead you to the best doctor, or he can just ease your pain. It was just your son's time.
Who are you to say that it was my son's time?
Look, what I meant.
I don't care what you meant! You asked me to bring him in so that you could pray for him to heal him. I did that! You even had me believing that he could be saved right down to the moment of his last breath. You know what his last words to me were? It hurts, Daddy. Make it stop. So I did. My wife couldn't handle it anymore, seeing him suffer like that, and neither could I. So I relieved him of his pain.
What are you saying?
She slipped into a deep depression and committed suicide 2 days later. Now they're both gone, all because you led us to believe that he could be healed.
Yeah, I'm not God. He only works through me. And whatever is God's will is God's will. Now, I know you're upset, but you've got to believe me.
I've had all the belief in you I'm gonna take.
Brother Drakes, what are you doing?
Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I've had more than enough time to think about it. Every time I see my son's grave in my mind, I see your smiling face. A lame excuse of a pastor giving sick people false hopes of healing. Well, it's gonna stop now because I'm gonna put an end to it.
Brother Drakes, you don't want to do this.
Oh, shut up! You know, at first I looked at it as a son for a son, but then I thought, you took by a whole family, so I'm taking yours, beginning with you. or maybe I'll reverse it. I'll take your family out first, in front of you, so that I can watch you suffer the way I suffered. Yeah. I'll take your children first, then your lovely wife, and then I'll take you out. Now tell me, Pastor, how does it feel to know that your life is about to end? You're not gonna have a beautiful wife and children to go home to. Like me, huh? Like me, Pastor? Where's your religion now? Where's your God now? Don't you think it's time for a miracle? Well, today's your day. Like it says in Revelation 6:8, I am that path of the pale and white horse, and the name of him who's on that horse is Death. Your death for my son!
You gotta come in here and threaten me and my wife and my life, my family. I should blow you away right now.
Oh, go ahead.
The good Lord is telling me not to.
Pull the trigger. I died a long time ago and it doesn't matter anymore. Just go ahead. Pull the trigger. If you don't kill me, I'll kill you. Please.
You want me to pull the trigger? You want me to pull the trigger?
Yeah, pull the trigger. Go ahead.
You're not worth dying.
You killed my son. You killed him.
I don't lose my son over you.
Kill me.
Pastor, calm down.
Kill me.
Pastor, calm down. What?
Pastor, we should call the police.
No, he's all let him go. It's all right. It's all right. Let him go. Let him go. I'm all right. He's got some serious problems.
You know, that Slater woman is destroying my life. I wish he had just gotten the abortion and gotten it over with.
Did you tell her that?
In no uncertain terms.
And she could have had you arrested or at the very least filed charges against you.
I mean, what are you talking about?
It's called reproductive coercion, and the law now looks at it in the same light as intimate partner violence or even sexual abuse.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm not. The country's tired of women being treated in any old form of fashion, and really it's about time. It's about time. Look, did you give her money yet?
Of course I did. I sent her away, too. I don't want Silver to find her.
Brown, you need to be more careful in your dealings with her. There's no telling how she really feels about you or even Silver at this point. You know, is it that women are so strong or that we as men are just so weak?
Yeah, it's probably both. If women knew how much power they really had over men, they would rule the world.
Well, let's hope for both of our sakes that they don't find out anytime soon.
Well, Sister Exotica?
Well, Sister Exotica, what?
Don't you hear the doorbell ringing?
Don't you?
Of course, that's why I asked. Well, are you gonna get it?
Aren't you?
I know you're here to help Grace out, but that means you work for me, not the other way around. It might do you good to keep that in mind.
Duly noted. But you're closer to the door.
That hardly matters.
Of course it is. I mean, you wouldn't drive all the way to the store for one slice of bread, would you?
Of course not. Don't be silly. I'd wait until I need a full loaf. I mean, useless driving, a waste of gas, and a waste of my energy.
Ah, my point exactly. One door, two people. It'll be a waste of my energy if I answer the door. So you get this one, and I'll get the next one. Go on.
That's strange. There was no one there.
Oh, it's probably JB just playing a practical joke. He's probably sneaking around the back trying to scare us.
No, that can't be JB because he's holding Bible study session tonight at the church.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Ruford had that meeting and couldn't do it.
I got in touch with Crown, Pastor Royal. He said he'd be here in a few minutes. Pastor Royal, you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. Just some coffee. That'll do.
All right.
And by the way, Dom, thanks for looking after Crown for all those years in the past.
Oh, no thanks are necessary, Pastor Royal. If it wasn't for me, Crown would probably be on a different path. If I'd been a better role model for him, well, you know, God will hold me accountable if I don't watch out for him, though. So, hey, try to take it easy, all right?
Man, do you look like you've been hit by a truck or what? I see your taste in entertainment has changed.
Shelley, now is not the time.
Are you sure? You look like you can use some company, you know, just to pick you up. I can help with that. Remember? That was one of my strong points when we were together.
I know. Look, I don't want to be rude, but I've had a really bad day. I'm really concerned about my wife's health, so can we have this talk some other time?
Well, Wilford, are you trying to avoid me?
No, I'm not trying to avoid you.
Well, I just thought that, you know, all this time had passed and we had gone through so much together. I just thought we could spend some time together. Just talking.
Shelley,
That's all.
are you not listening? Now is not the time.
Oh, sure. I'm being insensitive. Well, if you do want to reach me, this is where I can be found. We really do need to talk.
Are we gonna have that talk? There's a lot that needed to be said back then that never was said.
It's fine. I agree, absolutely. Okay. So, I'll see you later.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming in to Bible study this evening. We're not going to be here long. I just want to go over the stuff that we talked about last week, and then we can all be on our way. But first, I'd like to start out with a short prayer. Lord, please strengthen our hearts and minds so that we may discern your magnanimous words. Amen. Okay, last week we began discussing the story of Noah and the ark. Can anyone tell me about the story of Noah and the ark?
Okay. You said last week, you said Noah took unto himself a wife, right? Okay. Now, back then, they didn't have parking attendants. They had ark attendants. So one night, Noah took his wife on a date. So he pulled around back.
Deacon, okay. Okay. Deacon, how about you go home and just study the details a little bit more closely, okay? And let's try a different story, like Cain and Abel. Deacon, can you give us a brief synopsis of the story of Cain and Abel?
Who?
Synopsis. It means like a brief description or summary. Now, can you give us a brief, short retelling of the story of Cain and Abel?
Cain and Abel, right? Cain and Abel.
Can you tell us about Cain and Abel?
Okay, yeah, I can do that, Brother Royale, I can do that. Cain and Abel. Okay. One day, the Lord was walking. And he was walking like this because he had just been to temptation. So he was walking and he fell down.
And he called out to one of his disciples, and he said, "Come hither." And he talked like that because he had just invented Barry White. And he said to his disciple, he said, "Bring me a cane so that I might be able to walk again." Cain and Abel. Cain and Abel, right?
No. Oh, hey.
Oh, that was easy. That was way too easy. Come on, Brother Al. Give me another one. Give me anything. I got you.
No. What he said.
What'd he say?
Never mind. Never. You know what? Just go home and study the details of that story a little bit closer also. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to a different story. Last week we also discussed the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Now, can anyone tell me about the story of Sodom and Gomorrah?
Ooh. Oh, I got this one. Okay. Lot was warned to get his wife and flee out of the city. Now, we all know that Lot's wife got turned into a pillar of salt, right? But what happened to the flea?
What flea? There was no flea.
He said, didn't it say in the Bible, y'all? It said in the Bible, it said right here, to get your wife and flee out of the city. Are you trying to say that it didn't say that?
Well, I said that, but it doesn't mean...
Okay, then good then, because I know what my ears hurt, and I am not a liar. So it did say in here, get your wife and flee out of the city. Did it not?
Yeah.
Does it not say that here in the Bible? Yeah. Does it not say that?
Yes.
All right then. I don't know how you gonna have a Bible study and be a hypocrite at the same time. You're supposed to be all spiritual and stuff.
Exotica.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Maybe you need to study just a little bit harder. And I'm going to end this Bible study a little early tonight.
Hold up, little brother. Don't dismiss just yet. I have something that I want to say. I thought you said this Bible study was serious business.
Yes, I did.
All right, then let's answer their questions so we can go home. Have some business waiting. And we don't want to leave our members uneducated. Now, in the story of Noah and the ark, God felt that man was so full of sin that he had no recourse but to destroy his creation and start all over. You see, the message here is a simple one. Don't let sin dominate your lives so much that God gives up on us. And also in the story of Cain and Abel, that's actually the first sibling rivalry, the first murder. The message here is also a simple one. Don't let jealousy, envy, and competitiveness dominate your lives either. This is a prelude to disaster.
Cain and Abel, Crown and JB.
Excuse me, Sister Exotica?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Royale. I was just co-signing with you. That's all.
So that must mean that Lot's story must be the story of curiosity killed the cat. Because if she hadn't looked back, she wouldn't have turned into a pillar of salt.
Pastor Royale, thank you for inviting us into your lovely, lovely home. And I do want to thank Ms. Janelle Mitchell for arranging this meeting. Now, if I could get right to the point, I can't believe we have gangsters warring in our town, and your own son is involved.
How do you mean?
It's TJ. Who's this? I'm at the pastor's house with the mayor. What's going on? Yes, you're right. It is about time that we met in person. Pick a time and a place and text me back. I gotta go now.
Well, what you're saying is, it seems very strange to me. I just talked to Crown last week, and he told me that he was giving up his gangster ways and his group had nothing to do with this.
Pastor, with all due respect, do you really think that Crown would tell you the truth about his involvement, let alone anything else?
Ms. Mitchell, Crown may be a lot of wrong in a lot of ways in the things that he does, but one thing he is not a liar. And he has freely admitted to me the wrong that he's done, and I believe him, with all due respect to you, of course.
And did you see Vidal at Leo Futicelli's funeral? You know, for as close as they supposedly were, he didn't shed one tear, nor did he express any emotion at all at the burial. So why do you think that was?
Men like that are cold-blooded. In fact, Vidal and my son Crown are just like that. Any sign of emotion is a sign of weakness. They take pride in their abilities to control their emotions for any reason. Now, I have kind of stayed out of it for a while so I could take care of my health.
I can appreciate that. But things have reached a state of crisis. It's rumored that Crown was one of the men involved in the banking crisis. Pastor Royale, a war is already on. You know Crown's associate, Vidal, is being blamed for Leo Futicelli's death. So come on, who do you think is behind all this?
Well, I don't know, but who do you think is behind this mystery? You seem to have a lot of information when it comes to Vidal and my son Crown.
I haven't figured it out yet. And yes, I do like to keep abreast of the goings-ons in my town. Man in my position, it's important to do so. Now, I believe that Lord S., a local gangbanger, is involved in some way. And rumor has it that Crown is put a hit out on Lord S.
Well, Mayor, you should practice a little restraint and caution when using the word repeatedly. Rumor has it. I mean, Lord knows, look at the mess we're in.
Yeah, we are in a mess. Well, we'll be in touch, Pastor. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you for coming by.
You're very welcome.
Nerve. Your posse blasted Leo, then blame it on us, and you dare show your face around here? Crawl back down the gutter where you belong.
You arrogant moron. I dare you step to us like this.
Look, someone killed Leo and blamed it on us. Now the Italians want to pull out of the banking deal. You know anything about it?
No. Should I?
You should, if you or your people had anything to do with this. Now, if you don't have control of your people, you don't have control. Period.
Again, we were not the decision maker involved in anything personal or business dealing with Leo Futicelli, nor any other business partners. As far as control, none of our people act without Lord S say so, nor do they go running around like rats from side to side.
Meaning?
Meaning, in a word, Tony. Draw your own conclusion, then talk about control.
I'll accept your answer. For now. But know this. If your word or manner are calculated to deceive, it had been better that you'd been born a dog than to answer to my wicked wrath.
Perhaps at some point I will give you the ocular proof you require. I see we both share the love of Shakespeare's Othello. The meeting is still on, I assume?
Give me a piece.
Now, 6 months ago, Vidal and I had a vision that would transcend our lives, our organization, and ourselves.
Many of you bought into this vision. You men talked to other men in your own organizations, and they too decided to participate in a plan that is now merely just a few days from full fruition.
Through the dexterity of our minds and not our trigger fingers, we've created a banking crisis of a magnitude that has never, and I repeat, never before been experienced by our beloved country.
For a period of time, it'll take our nation to restore its banking system. We will accrue the power, if not the prestige, of a government.
The good we do transcends the unimaginable richness and power that we must balance over the next few months as our lending apparatus slides into place.
By our actions, we are saving this country which we all love. By our actions, we're educating the American people on a banking system which has been failing us for years. And we are now forcing our politicians and bankers to create a new system for a new millennium.
Rather than using our guns to commit crimes, we're using the weaknesses in the economic system to generate our profits.
As you know, Dom and me, we're old school. We thought that this effort was a lot of hot air. That the youngsters were overreaching. But this is working.
In fact, it's working so well that just as we're on the threshold of success, just as we've curbed our conflict, we find that there's a covert force at work within our network. Could be within this very room.
As you all know, I myself also almost suffered an irreparable loss. Yet I seek no revenge. No orders have ever came from my mouth to do any bodily harm to Leo Futicelli. No words have ever came from my lips to trigger an attack upon Lourdes, Mr. Lee, nor any of the other participants in this network. So I urge you, let us restore peace amongst us.
Let us flood every corner of every city in America with the message that the banking system does not and cannot protect our assets. Now, as you all know, even the mortgage crisis was not enough to trigger true reform. But through our efforts, we can make money, help others, and help our nation's economy.
And now, I must publicly thank a man who used to be my enemy, but is now my great friend, Mr. Crown Royal. I even tried to kill him once or twice. But as you can see, I failed. So this should show you skeptics how serious we really are about uniting in this effort. Anyway, our men have assignments for each and every one of you, so we'll all be ready when the word comes down that the new millennium is the only lending institution alive and well in the 50 states of all of America. Now, let's make this thing happen.
Let us make sure that all honestly and dishonestly earned dollar in every bank in America is withdrawn. Now, my goal was never to destroy the American banking system, but only to assist it. Now, America is the land of second chances. Now, I want you to do yourselves and me a favor by taking full advantage of this opportunity. Gentlemen, here is to success.
Here, success.
And I thank you for coming.